Home Alone isn't just a Christmas movie. It's a heist movie perfectly hidden inside a Christmas film. And once you see it, you can't unsee. Let's break it down. Every good heist story starts with a plan that looks perfect on paper from the burglar's side. It's Christmas. The neighborhood is full of big empty houses. The McCallisters are loaded and clearly going out of town. The cops are already overworked with holiday chaos. We get that chaotic dinner scene where Buzz messes with Kevin. In the middle of the chaos, milk spills. Passports and tickets get wiped up. Then the papers get scooped into napkins and tossed. If you freeze frame, there's a quick insert shot. Kevin's ticket is right there in the garbage with the soaked napkins. This is the moment where Home Alone stops being a kid left behind and becomes a heist/security story. Think about the classic heist formula. You scope out a rich target, you gather intel, you plan the perfect job. Then one tiny mistake blows everything up. That is exactly what happens in Home Alone. Harry, first of burglars, played by Joe Pesci, shows up at the start disguised as a cop, innocently asking questions about the McCallister house and their holiday plans, while secretly casing the place and its security habits. Later, he talks about their home as the big score in the neighborhood, the crown jewel of the entire robbery run. In a heist film, the building is never just a building. It's the fortress or secured vault. The McCallister house is built up the same way. Wide shots of the front yard and driveway. The iconic staircase right in the middle of the house. The basement, the attic, the back door, the kitchen, the side doors. The movie keeps quietly giving you a tour of the vault long before the actual break-in. We see where everyone sleeps. We see the attic isolation zone. We see the basement as a scary, off-limits area. At the same time, it works like a great video game level, clear entrances and choke points. Verticality with the stairs and attic, plenty of objects lying around that can be turned into traps. The objective is simple from both sides. For Harry and Marv, get into the vault and clean it out. For Kevin is to keep them out long enough to survive the night. That's a heist and a defense mission stacked on top of each other. The heist crew. In a lot of movies, villains are scary because they're smart. Here, the burglars are scary because they're persistent and kind of dumb. They're exactly the type of low-level thieves you see in a heist story who bite off way more than they can chew. They're not elite pros robbing a casino. They're street guys who suddenly decide to take down a suburban vault they think will be easy money. And the film sells it perfectly. Harry tries to act like the brains of the operation. Marv is pure chaos and ego. Together, they're just smart enough to be dangerous and just dumb enough to walk into every single trap. That's why it's funny, but still tense. The question that nobody in the movie answers: what does Kevin's dad do? Now here's something that feels ripped straight from a crime film. The movie never really tells you what Peter McCallister does for a living. But he pays for a huge mansion, has a wife who doesn't seem to work, flies the whole extended family to Paris for Christmas. No normal office job is covering that. So fans came up with their own heist movie explanations. He's in the mob, and the house is basically a gangster's palace. Or maybe he's some kind of high-level operative secret agent? Are those theories confirmed? No, but they are extremely funny. Do they fit weirdly well with the idea that this is a crime story in disguise? Yes, it is. Even Harry calling the McCallister place the big score lines up with that vibe. Like this isn't just any house, it's his house. All good heist movies have one huge problem the crew did not plan for. In Ocean's 11, it's the upgraded vault. In Heat, it's the cop who refuses to let go. In Home Alone, the unexpected security system is a kid they thought was on a plane to Paris. The film has to convince you that this 8-year-old can realistically hold off 2 burglars long enough to matter. So it quietly levels him up. He observes threats early. Kevin spots Harry's gold tooth in their first encounter, and later uses that detail to recognize him as the same cop who was hanging around the house. That's pure heist logic. The crew underestimates inside security. Security knows the building better than they do. Heist movies always have side stories that circle back into the main job. Home Alone has one big. It is Old Man Marley, the wild card. At first, Marley is framed like a horror character. The kids tell rumors about him being a killer who keeps bodies in his salt bin. In a heist movie, that's your wild card, the neighbor nobody accounted for. By the end, he becomes the surprise ally who shuts the job down at the exact moment when Kevin is about to lose. But let's not get ahead of the facts. When Harry and Marv finally commit to the break-in, the movie shifts gears hard. The planning is done. The scoping is done. Now it's time for execution. From a heist perspective, this is the third act, the job. From Kevin's side, it's the moment he turns the house into a kill box. He doesn't just set random traps. He builds a path ice on the stairs to control the entry points. Heated doorknobs to punish basic attempts. Ornaments under the window to punish sneaky routes. Paint cans on the stairs as mid-level deterrents. Tar, nails, and more to make retreat painful. He's not just defending. He's designing a route that forces the burglars to suffer at every single step. This is where that dark fan joke comes in. People say Kevin grows up to be Jigsaw from Saw because all of his traps are painful, psychological, and triggered by the victim's own choices. Obviously, it's a joke, but it nails the point that the third act plays like a twisted homemade security system test. The heist doesn't just fail because the burglars are clumsy. It fails because every part of the house has been turned into a reaction to their moves. Most heist movies end in one of two ways. The crew gets away clean, for now, or everything collapses and someone unexpected ruins the plan. In Home Alone, Harry and Marv finally catch Kevin. They've made it past every single trap. They're hurt, furious, and ready to end it. And then Old Man Marley walks in with the shovel and knocks them both out cold. That's straight out of a crime script. The overlooked side character turns out to be the deciding factor. The wildcard neighbor shuts down the whole operation in one swing. Kevin did his job as security. He delayed, confused, and weakened the intruders long enough for backup to show up. Home Alone sticks because it gives you two pleasures at the same time. The tight structure of a heist movie, preparation for a robbery, a big score, a hole in the plan, a desperate, messy final showdown. And this all under the Christmas lights and slapstick. It's basically, what if a couple of small-time crooks tried to pull a big holiday job, and the only thing stopping them was the kid? Here's also why Home Alone feels so satisfying. The movie escalates like a game. You start with jokes and small wins, then you get bigger threats, then you get a countdown, then the boss fight hits. And Kevin's traps aren't random. They're designed like a level. First, slow them down, then split them up, then punish them for chasing, then funnel them into the kill zone. It's not chaos. It's pacing and storytelling. Why we keep rewatching it every Christmas? That's not just a cute family premise with moral. It's a great movie with an interesting story, surprising plot twists and strong characters. And also, it is a crime story, with a tiny barefoot head of security named Kevin. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to watch more movies and TV shows, breakdowns, theories, and secrets reveals.